Translate it. Moving on.
We got a triangle derby match, the only triangle derby match on this show, and it is unique glares. Haruka, Umesaki, Ruaka, and Starlight Kid taking on the team of classmates, which is Hazuki, Koguma, and Iida. I thought great match from all these women, and the biggest surprise to me was the finish. That classmates actually pick up the win. There's this like a really great roll up exchange at the end where they just keep rolling each other up, and then Koguma gets like it's her. I can't remember what hers is called, but it's the same move as Iida does, the Iidabashi. Yeah. Like it's the same as Iida's Iidabashi, and gets the pin on Starlight Kid of all people, and gets the win. Like this was really fun. Like it was a fun overall match.
100%. Each and every single woman in this match performed just 10 out of 10 for me. Starlight Kid and Koguma, they're kind of those high-speed girls. Koguma always amazes me how fast she can go. The exchange at the beginning with the ears thing, of course, always funny with me, with Koguma. I just love it. I had an interesting observation I wanted to discuss with you about Haruka Umesaki, actually. I felt that this was the most vicious that we have seen her in Stardom with the Umesaki character since joining Unique Glare. Like up until this point, she's kind of just been the hee, here I am, haha. And that's fine. I really like the character. I mean, you can see from the picture, it's very adorable. But this Karma character is known for being a lot more savage and a lot more vicious, as opposed to the Umesaki. And we saw a lot more savagery out of Umesaki in this match. Do you think, Andre, that they could be preparing to have this little changeover of Umesaki going through an identity crisis and kind of almost transitioning into the Karma character on Stardom?
I would love to see that because, like, I prefer her other character than this one. I really do. Or it's just, I think it's a more interesting character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, it's a personal opinion and all, but yeah, I just
like
it's just.
If we're thinking about like how we've seen Umesaki wrestle up until this point, it has been I don't want to say almost fairy-like because it hasn't been comparable to Natsupoi at all, but like in that kind of comparison from Umesaki to Karma, Umesaki is very teehee, very cutesy, and wrestles as such, and is usually very screamy, whereas like Karma's not like that. She's the one making you scream. So I'm very curious to see what happens with this one.
Yeah, so quick point update here. I just literally pulled it up from the internet. I downloaded that and pulled it up. Power Passion Pineapple in the Red Triangle. Power Passion Pineapple 8. Queen Quest 7. Club Venus has 8. Sorry, I messed up that up. I didn't have that in order. Cosmic Angels with 6. Unique Glare and Bari Bari Bombers with 4. And H&M with nothing in the Red Triangle block. In the Blue Triangle block, you have Aribon and GE with 9. Prominence with 8. Rebel X Enemy with 6, Oedatai or Gold Ship with 6, My Hemi with C, and Classmates now getting up to 4 points to join My Hemi with C at 4 points, which is really weird. The women are about to challenge for the tag team titles are at the same point level as Classmates. It's just odd as hell. And then Lollipop alone in last with 0 points.
Yeah. This has been an incredible tournament because, like, I feel like we had our thoughts on who is going to be dominant in this, and I feel that we've had a lot of surprises. This has been a lot of fun, though.
I have no idea what the finals are going to be. I have zero idea what these finals are going to be, man.
No.
I know it's not going to be Lollipop.
Ruaka has been showing up and showing out this entire tournament for her team, being that powerhouse that she needs to be. I am absolutely loving her development, and I'm loving watching the character kind of evolve within Oedo Tai. She's kind of gone from being the like almost tag along girl to being like almost like what is it in the Mafia, like a right hand man kind of thing.
Well, I think it was the tag team tournament that really evolved her. Yeah. So, and 100%. We'll get a little more on that later. But
yes, please.
Yeah, so we're gonna move on to the 6-woman tag match.
Oof.
It is Queen's Quest Azumi, Lady C, and Utami Hayashishita taking on God's Eyes, Amy Saray and Siri, and Konami. I have never watched a Konami match personally because because she retired a little while
Just
before
before we
we
started,
started
yeah.
doing this. Well, about 6. Well, she came back earlier this year, but was wrestling very infrequently. And I know she wrestled recently on a show, but I missed that show. I didn't end up watching it. But dude, I want more Konami, man. And I got to go back and watch the match she had with Julia in 2021 at Dream Queendom. From what I hear, it was amazing, and that's the match she ended up retiring after, or temporary retiring after. But dude, I'm really
Even
big
her
fan.
temporary retirement match was amazing.
Yeah, dude, this girl is absolutely phenomenal, and I want more Konami. And her look is absolutely stunning. Like her overall look is absolutely stunning.
When
And
I
she
actually first started watching Stardom, she was my pick because I started
nice.
watching. When I first started watching Stardom, she wrestled I think 4 more months before doing her soft retirement, and for me, she was in Oedo Tai, Andre Oedo Tai. So you can imagine how much of a badass this woman was being in the faction of Oedo Tai, because at that point Natsuko Toro was not hanging around. She had that torn ACL, so she was out on injury. So Konami was kind of being that, and you can see from her body language, she kind of hunches a little bit. She has that intimidating, almost Shayna Baszler-esque kind of
But if you
posture.
watch her in this match, she it was less of that.
Yeah, but think about it in Oedo Tai.
Because you can
That's
just see
how
it in
she
you
was.
just
That
look
was
at the
my intro.
look at the picture of her on
So
here.
amazing.
It's that hunching look, like you see there. It's that
Yeah.
hunching look right there. That's
actually her Oedo Tai gear too.
yeah. I was gonna say I would assume that's probably her
The
Oedo Tai
purple,
gear.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
she's
yeah.
absolutely amazing. She was the one person who actually really caught my attention and pulled me into Stardom. So when she retired, I was like genuinely emotional about it because I was like, no, this was the person who brought me into this. I just got into this. But it also introduced me to Utami, who, Andre, what did you think of this match overall, though?
I had a lot of fun watching this. I think again, I think this is something they've been doing a lot with a lot of Lady C matches. This is a Lady C show along with a Konami, but it's also a Lady C showcase because she really got a lot of great offense in this. The choke slams, that just doing as I'm now calling it, the lady toss to Konami when she does a spin in. So
I like
I'm
it. I
going to
like
call
it.
it the lady toss now until I get an
I
official
like
name
it.
for it. I'm calling it the lady toss. But yeah, in the end though, C rolls through an armbar by Kenobi, hits the choke slam, but Konami fights or goes for the choke slam, but fights it off, and she gets an enziguri, and then gets like a leg, like a arm trap leg around the head DDT. And then it's applies a modified armbar to Lady C, and Lady C has to tap out. But awesome,
She has no choice.
Awesome finish. Like
I've never
absolutely
seen a
phenomenal.
submission like that. Never seen a submission like that. It's
was
absolutely incredible. And this is just like, that is scratching the surface of what Konami is actually capable of. Like, this match for her, utterly incredible. But like, as someone who's been a fan of her, and like, you need to believe me in the same way I told you Thekla, this woman
I'm already in. I'm already in.
I absolutely, at that beginning with Konami and Azumi, just that high speed, high strike, high submission technicality. Holy heck in hell. That start, I was just like, yes, this is a setup for the
I'm
rest of
all
the
in
match.
on Konami, man. That's this
Oh
one match
yeah,
has made me go,
so great.
yeah, this girl's gonna be something.
Suri
Or probably already
again,
is, but
super moody in this one. But again, I love Suri without the belt. Her attitude is phenomenal. We're seeing this personality out of her that we weren't quite getting when she had the title, and I'm absolutely living for it. The last thing I want to say is there was one point when Utami got in here. I mean, she just tanked her way. Obviously, Utami is a tank. She tanked her way through everything, having a great standoff with Ami, showing off her both of their powers in this situation. But there was a really, really desperate power bomb that Utami had to pull off on Kunami,
Mm-hmm.
because Kunami was just wrecking her shit. She just had to pop her up. She barely got her all the way up and dropped her. I was
Yeah,
actually very
I really wrote it down as a power bomb style slam is what I called it. I didn't
yeah.
even know like
It just looked super desperate, and in that moment, because again, Utami was getting
mhm.
wrecked, and it was just like, stop it. That was essentially a forced timeout on Konami right there.
Yeah,
I
and
absolutely
she pulled a knee
loved it.
bar and she pulled a knee bar out of it too. Like
Yeah.
Tommy getting a knee bar out of that too. So yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
really good. Like
Absolutely
I
great match.
really good back and forth there. So we move
Mhm,
on to the
mhm,
next match of the evening. So far I am uh 1-2
mhm.
on no sorry I think I'm 0-3 on my picks for the show because I made some picks uh going into this show with
Mhm,
going over with
mhm.
Common Ground MTG. He was asking what's
Yeah.
your picks for the show, and so I gave him my picks. I'm gonna pull it up right here right now. I want to see where I'm at.
Yes,
Sorry.
sir.
Okay, I
Let's
did pick Classmates to win, so I am 1-2 right now because I picked Queen's Quest to beat God's Eye, and
mm.
yeah, and I picked Mina Shirakawa to win the roulette. So yeah, so far not so great. So we're going into this one. It's Mirai versus no, I rolled up.
Chihiro Hashimoto.
Chihiro, yeah, Chihiro. No, I had to scroll back down to my notes. I scrolled up for some
Oh.
reason. Chihiro Hashimoto. This was dude. She's not taller than her, but she's built like this girl is built like a brick
She's
shit house,
stacked.
man.
Oh yeah,
She's
she's
built like
stacked.
a brick shit house, dude. She look
She reminds me of Kat Von Hees.
yeah, a very
Mhm.
similar build, maybe a little bit
Yeah,
bulkier, but dude,
much
like this
shorter.
this is very much a story about Mirai, who's usually a power person,
Mhm.
having to fight up to. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Chihi or something. I'm gonna mess this up multiple
Say
times.
Hashimoto.
Hashimoto, there we go. So just going up to Hashimoto's power and just like dueling with her again. This is
Mhm,
just a pure like just two people just trying to wreck each other, and like
mhm,
it's Mirai trying to catch Kimura's trying to get chokes, just trying to take this girl down, and it's absolutely phenomenal. There was a spot where Mirai goes for her wheelbarrow into the half Nelson slam, but Hashimoto turns it into an ankle, like rolls through into an ankle lock. Then
mhm.
two huge German suplexes, just dropping Mirai on her head twice, and hits this giant lariat afterwards. Like
Mhm.
holy crap! But she only gets two, so she hits this giant German suplex with the bridge and gets the win. Again, now I
Mhm.
am 2-2 on my picks for tonight. I had never seen this girl, and I'm picking her to beat Mirai because I'm like, and then dude, and then after the match, Suri getting in the face of Hashimoto, and it looks like we're
Mhm.
getting Shiri versus Hashimoto. Now. Like this girl might work her way through God's Eye, just crushing
Mhm,
God's Eye, man.
mhm. Yeah, I think it wasn't it at Queendom where Hashimoto showed up and challenged Surya initially, and Mirai was
Yeah,
the one who came out and said, "Nay, nay, I say, you
mhm.
fight me first." And
Yeah.
this was the fall down to this one. You're absolutely right. I felt that this match was about Hashimoto, and let's be honest, she was confident as heck going into this. Her mannerisms, her facial expressions, there were so many points where she was tossing Mirai around, which in itself is so crazy to say because she, again, Mirai, powerhouse in her own right and faction. She is
Look at those
being
shoulders.
thrown around by Hashimoto, and Hashimoto at points like, I don't know if you were catching the same thing, man. She looked annoyed, just tossing it around like, what is this? What is
Why am
this
I fighting
challenge?
you? I should be fighting Suri.
Yeah,
That's the kind of air that she had. And she proved what?
exactly. She
She
had
proved it.
that confidence that almost came off as arrogant. And I loved it because it was similar to you. And you, I feel the same way about. And yeah, this was having an answer for everything that Mirai was throwing at her. It was like she had studied absolutely everything about Mirai down to the subtle nuances that she knew when she was setting it up, so she knew how to reverse it. She had an answer for absolutely everything, and it was like you can tell. I think at one point it was frustrating Mirai especially when she's starting to take those shots to the face. And she was not holding back on those. She was cranking Mirai right across the face. There were some points where I almost felt like it almost like snapped Mirai back into what was going on. Like she would take a hit and just be like,
oh,
what?
I'm getting smacked here.
Yeah, and like this was about domination. And Hashimoto in this match, despite Mirai getting a little bit of offense on her, it was about Hashimoto's dominance. It's just pure and simple.
And I gotta say this to the athleticism Hashimoto. That flip senton was awesome. When dude,
And
like
out of
to show,
nowhere.
like for like how her build is, and to do a flips. I don't know if it's flip senton or it was almost like a front flip leg drop. Maybe it was. I don't know, but whatever it was, like the athleticism just to do that flip is a lot. And with a girl that size, you don't see people like that build doing flips, and she did it. And I'm like, damn, this girl's gonna be killer. I am all in on this girl's run this year, man. I really, or this
100%.
this lady's run this year.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
I that was my first introduction to her. I don't know where she is, but I gotta find it.